Lukas Strebel. I'm a cinematographer now, but I used to be a photographer. And the work I'm showing is old stuff from the 70s, and which was kind of dug out by a young curator, Natasha Hoare, who came up to me 1.5 years ago and said, hey, you've got to show your stuff again. And so I started to dig in my negatives and came up with this.
It was a long process of going through the archive and selecting images that we thought would speak to a kind of contemporary audience. But actually the surprising thing has been the reception of a contemporary audience to the shots, and I think that lies in their kind of artistic vision. Lukas took a bit of convincing that it was a good idea to do a show, and he wasn't sure that there was an audience for it. So the fact that there are like 200 people who have kind of come through the doors tonight is really gratifying.
Well, for me it's a trip down memory lane because I lived with Lukas 30 years ago in Wiltshire, and so a lot of these photographs were taken in the house we lived in together, and of course they're wonderful photographs. He's a wonderful, intuitive artist, and he told me this evening he might get back into doing stills photography again, which I think would be really, really exciting.
I used to travel around with a table, and one of the pictures is me flying over the table. That was 1971, and I used to travel around with it, and for 3 years about, and it was like made installations and photographs, and so I went to the moors in Scotland, and put horns on them, and fought that Antoglyph. It was just a name which came up, and I thought it sounded good. I made it up. It sounded good.
The prints have been made to a really high quality. They've been fabulous to work with, and it's really exciting to have a show that's going to go on for a whole month, which is quite rare in London, and the location is brilliant as well.
Printspace is sort of a real place. It's actually a space where people walk in and out. The people who work in the trade, applied, and some artists. And I like the idea of not having, just only exhibiting in the gallery, actually being in a place where people walk in, walk past, and it's a wonderful space because you actually see in, and I can imagine just people walk in and look at it, and so you're exposed to work in a kind of a different manner, and I like that.